Hi, welcome to week 7 lecture. This week one of our topics is leading change, and this is an important topic. Um, Cotter, as cited in 8720Wk7change, stated only 30% of change succeeds. That's a pretty common figure. We see that. I mean, there's multiple sources with that. And where 70% of change falls short or fails to get the desired results. McKinsey, from the same source, cited only 1 in 3 transformational change efforts are considered successful. So we got to talk about why is there so many. And Suryavanshi goes on to say there's 7 missing elements in the change process from leading change. And the first is there's an absence of a compelling vision and strategy. That's important. And number 2, there's an absence of leadership. Some leaders just are not effective leading change. They don't know what to do. They're not there. Or they may even resist change themselves. Change management and communication is poor. It's not transparent. There's an absence of trust. Speed. The organization attempts to go too fast, and they're out in front of employees. Employees are not ready for the rate of speed of the change. There's an absence of a core transformational team to oversee the change. And process orientation, systems orientation, and programs approach is poor. And then an absence of performance management. So these are common elements. Tung describes, we often talk about in transformational leadership that the leader is able to communicate a compelling vision. But we never really talk about what that is. And I agree with Tung that what it really is a gap analysis, that the leader is able to articulate the desired future state and articulate it in terms of the employee's behaviors. And then they're able to contrast that with the present state, and it's morphological in terms of structure. In other words, what they want in the desired state, they can describe the same terms in the present state. And then there has to be first steps in the transition. In other words, what can employees do that begins to head in that direction? They have to be able to do that. Now, some common problems in focusing on or presenting a compelling vision is focusing on too big of a picture. Employees can't relate to it, or it has no relevance to their work, or it's too focused on numbers, especially big numbers. I've seen this time and time again. Large organizations throw out huge numbers, and employees can't relate to these numbers. Or the vision is just simply too complicated. It needs to be broken down in terms of the employee's behavior. The leader also has to manage employee anxiety. This is one of the biggest challenges, and this is why trust is important. If the leadership builds a relationship of trust with employees, then they're on their way towards managing anxiety. In other words, it's creating readiness for change. Also, I really like this second one, intention. And they have to have in their intention the best interests of employees. It's what Rollins and Crabtree defined as compassion. But it's really that employees want to be able to trust that the leader's intention considers their best interests. And stability. Stability is defined in change as what's really important, what's the core values of the organization, what we believe in and stand together for, will also pervade the change. So there's stability in what we believe in. And then hope. There has to be hope that the future state or the desired state will be in the best interests of employees in the organization, and it's worthwhile to make the change. Now, we also often talk about a positive approach, and Durr and Kamens talked about 4 rules for a positive approach. And one is do not delegate large-scale organizational change to middle management. It simply does not work. It has to be driven from the top. And the second one is involve feedback from employees prior to change. Are the employees ready for change or not? Do we know? So we have to find out. The third one, I like the third one, is respect the organizational culture. But at the same time, don't let the culture dictate the terms of the change. So there's some finesse or there's some balance in there, and the leader has to pay attention to that. And then last of all, they need to clearly communicate the vision and to be transparent about the change. And to me, that goes back to that whole notion of trust. References, here you can see, seems like I've missed a slide in here somewhere. Let me back up just and check to be sure. I got the 4 rules. 4 basic needs over anxiety. I think we're good. So these are some important points for leaders in the change management process, which I think is today's biggest challenge for leaders. Thank you.